K-pop merch for first-generation artists was insane. Screw your normie t-shirts and posters, and bring on the nude photo books, jewelry made from your favorite idol's hair and blood, and whatever this is. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories, and if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. K-pop companies, especially larger ones, are notorious for treating their artists more as commodities instead of entertainers, and SM Entertainment, one of the leading agencies in the K-pop industry, was no stranger to this. If you're not familiar with the 90s mega boy band High Five of Teenagers, or better known as H.O.T, they are a first-generation idol group that served as the precursor for modern boy groups that we know today. This group consisted of 5 members: Tony, Kangta, Woohyuk, Heejun, and Jaewon. The group was created by Lee Soo-man, who founded the oldest agency as well as the top 4 in South Korea. H.O.T was one of the most prominent boy groups of their time. They dominated the charts and were always in the public eye, but half of the time, the group was valued not only as singers but as a brand. In fact, they succeeded in using their image to add extra value to almost all their products. A typical merch line for H.O.T included items such as beverages, books, dolls, stationery, and perfume. But what remains the most memorable was their unusual piece of jewelry. Cue in the DNA necklace, and the way they got it is even more shocking. But before I continue, I think it's time to introduce today's sponsor, Kloot Box.
Book of photos from the entire album.
I opened up this dang box and it was just all the most beautiful BTS related goodies in the world.
Do you see my outfit already right now? It's like this and this.
You're ready to go to the concert right now.
These are my 2 brain cells.
If you're a pupper, you need to try Kloot Box. Kloot Box specially curates a box full of collectible K-pop merch and delicious Korean snacks straight to your door every season. Just go to klootbox.com, choose your favorite K-pop group and member, and don't forget to enjoy Kloot Box with your friends.
You know
what I
only
mean?
if we had this when
Yeah.
we were watching the Blackpink concert last year.
No.
Like,
You should go ahead and get one. Thank you so much, Kloot Box.
The credit for this unimaginable piece came from the mind of Lee Soo-man himself. After releasing one of their first mega hits, Candy, which earned them widespread recognition, full-fledged fandom culture began to boom at the same time. Fuzzy hats, oversized fuzzy mittens, Nike visors, and earmuffs became the next big fashion trend as fans tried to emulate their style. Being the hottest group at the time, the boys were constantly bombarded by media and fans as they followed their every move. No, literally, the boys could not go to school or rest peacefully at home without fans desperately waiting to sneak a glimpse or get some interaction with the boys. And those who were brazen enough would risk it all and go on stage to satisfy that need. Or worse, these so-called fans would go as far as to pull or cut their hair to keep as a personal souvenir. These days, these actions would be called sasaeng behavior, but back then it was common. Everyone wanted a piece of the boy group, and turns out you could. Inspired by their success and popularity, Lee Soo-man realized he could commercialize not only their music, but also other aspects. With that in mind, he wanted to see how far he could push the limits, and push the limits he did. So-called fans were already going above and beyond to get a piece of their idol, so why not commercialize it? At least, that's the way a businessman like Lee Soo-man saw it. Tony, a member of H.O.T, said it himself. He tends to challenge some things that other people think are too risky. The new merchandise line was marketed with the headline, "Keep H.O.T Forever." For a sweet price, you too could own a piece of your idol. DNA Korea and the Institute of Science and Technology Research would handle the DNA process. To create this piece of jewelry, the members were asked to swab their mouths, give blood, and provide hair from all over their bodies. Moon Hee-jun even recalled plucking 12 strands of his hair during a 2015 appearance on JTBC Abnormal Summit. Although the concept of a DNA and protein necklace sounds certainly horrifying, it wasn't quite as nefarious as it sounds. Reports stated that SM Entertainment sent the samples to scientists who then extracted the member's DNA from it. They used that data to reconstruct the shape of each member's DNA. The DNA strands were then embossed into differently shaped necklaces. The pendant was a part of a DNA kit, which included a snazzy keyring and a DNA card. Other groups such as Fin.K.L and Z*skis were also contacted by DNA Korea and Stargene to sell similar kits. The items were sold through the internet and Family Mart for around 30,000 won.
채를 수출한 게 여기 지금 들어가 있어요. 구할 수가 없어요, 지금.
하는 사람도 없고 팔면 바로 팔리기 때문에 좀 약간 변태 같을 수 있는데 저희는 그런 취향은 절대 없습니다. 공식으로 나온 거기 때문에 저희가 팬의 마음으로 한 거지 오해하시면 안 됩니다.
돈 주고 산 거예요.
If you wanted to get get your hands on one of these infamous products today, specifically the H.O.T necklace, they are hard to find since as soon as they are listed, they go quick. Along with the kit, the customers who purchased through Family Mart would also receive a large poster of the group to commemorate the purchase. Tony revealed the members had no idea what DNA was at the time. He was even surprised that such an item could even sell well. Turns out, fans love this item and it was pretty successful. Listen, BTS may have sung DNA, but first generation idols were really out here selling their own. Well, not literally. The product had many humorously questioning if you could clone your idol with said product, or others asking if it was even legal to sell. It's a common misunderstanding that the member's DNA was actually placed inside the necklace or infused in some way. During the premiere episode of EXO's music video reality series EXO 90 2014, one of the H.O.T members, Fin.K.L, showed off his silver pendant from back in the 90s. EXO's D.O. asked if their actual DNA was inside. Imagine how much blood that would have taken to fill several hundreds of necklaces. To which Kai, another EXO member, replied, "No, they put the shapes of the DNA inside." This prompted a visibly puzzled D.O. to ask if everyone's DNA is shaped differently since SM marketed these pieces to be so unique. Listen, D.O. was the only one asking same questions here, and he wasn't far off. DNA is a double helical structure. It is made up of a lot of molecules called nucleotides, and each nucleotide sequence varies from person to person, different code with same bases. Since the necklace only included a replica shape of the DNA, aka the double helix, it didn't make any sense to fans why SM would go as far as to collect their blood and hair because no one would be able to differentiate one member's DNA from the other. So the short answer is no. You cannot clone your idol like some Black Mirror episode because no biological matter was included in the jewelry, meaning it was no health hazard. When the necklace was first released, it was criticized by an environmental group, the Youth Ecologist. I am opposed to human commodification and leakage of personal information. Regarding this, a product manufacturer official responded, "It would be good if we could become more familiar with cutting-edge life science through DNA character products." DNA kits were a small trend back in the 90s that everyone pretty much forgot about. That was until the controversial piece of jewelry was reintroduced to K-pop fans after an episode of YouTube's K-pop documentary series, K-pop Evolution, aired on the platform. The community slammed Isumin and the entertainment giant for quite literally selling their idols. One outraged fan said, "Slave contracts, the hair and blood DNA necklaces, the AI idol concept, the constant pushing and promoting idols as commodities for fans, and everything before individuals that make music, Isumin is straight up going to hell." Isumin paved the way for tax evasion and dehumanization of K-pop idols. He's straight up crazy. Another said, "Make of it what you will, but fans were already stealing their DNA, so SM decided to profit from it, and people bought the necklace. Times were crazy back then, I guess." The unconventional products were made to satisfy the desire of fans who wanted to keep a piece of their idol forever. It may have not been illegal, but it did seem immoral and just another cash grab by these entertainment companies. Although the unusual piece of jewelry wasn't as scandalous as it was marketed, what are your thoughts on the DNA necklace? Would you have bought such an item of your favorite idol if they did this? Or did you own one of these pieces yourself? If not, what is the weirdest official K-pop merch you've seen around? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to hit that notification bell because I will be making a separate video on another infamous official merch by SM. And with that being said, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.